Who's a better striker, Islam versus Jack? This debate was going around. I just saw this on the internet, and I'm open to it. It just feels a little 1993-ish. The idea that it's going to be a striker versus a grappler, we do see that. I think that you could put Dricus and Chimaev maybe as an example. So it's not as though I deny that that's a real thing, but boy, it's sure not like it used to be. I mean, what do you mean who's better in the stand-up? What is that expression supposed to mean? None of them are any good. You got Adesanya and you got Pereira. The rest of them are out there swinging and kicking like bums. I mean, what difference does it make? What do you mean who's better in the stand-up? If the fight's standing up, who is winning? I mean, it's a very bizarre concept for me, only because the things that you're allowed to do in MMA are completely against the rules in any other form of stand-up. Completely against the rules in point karate, completely against the rules in Taekwondo all the way to the Olympic Games, completely against the rules in boxing, amateur and pro, completely against the rules in kickboxing. The things that you're allowed to do in MMA, the things that actually work in MMA, grabbing a guy behind the head and punching him, just as a quick example. So what difference does it make who's better in the stand-up? And what do you mean by that? Whose combinations are crisper? You got a left hand and you got a right hand. What difference does it make? And I hear people try to break that down with he's orthodox or he's southpaw. I fought 51 men. I have no idea if I've ever fought a southpaw. I also have no idea. All of them might be southpaws. He's got a left hand and a right hand. Orthodox to southpaw just means which hand is he going to hit you with first. I have no idea why it would matter if a guy's left leg or right leg is lead. I have no idea. But I've heard it. I know it's a phenomenon. I've heard it my entire life. I just don't get it. Well, he's better in the stand-up. Better at what? At closing one of his dick beaters and throwing it into this direction? Like, what is it that he's better than? You can hit him in the body, you can hit him in the head. What is the big confusion? Would you rather hit harder or be able to be hit harder? Because with 4-ounce gloves on, this whole expression about who's better is really nothing more than an expression. And it's not the inability of the takedown, it's the threat of the takedown that changes your stand-up. We have seen some of the best and most decorated kickboxers in the world not only lose in the first round, we've seen them knocked out on their feet in the first round. And it's not because the guy was better at the stand-up. It's because the kickboxer was scared about the takedown, and it changed his demeanor. It changed his offense. It changed his defense. It changed his posture. And if you could rattle somebody so fast just with the idea of doing something, then how good are they really at an art? How much should you really respect that art? Stand-up fighting is not in the junior highs. It's not in the high schools. It's not in the colleges. You can't get a scholarship in it. In any kind. Boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, point karate, whatever that is, Taekwondo, I mean, any way you want to do it. How real is that even of a sport? It's a very fair question by me. I lived at the Olympic Training Center, which had a boxing program. I was 27 years old the first time I met a boxer. In my whole life of walking there, I was a professional fighter at 23. I'd never met a boxer. I'd never been in a fight and been downstairs. That dude over there, he was a boxer. Never. None of the kids on the school bus, none of the kids in the neighborhood. Not only did I not even know a boxer, I didn't know a dude that knew a boxer. Like, I couldn't go, well, yeah, but my friend Johnny and it's his uncle. And you don't know any boxers. You don't know any kickboxers. Yeah, sure I do. No, you don't. You don't know one single person in your life that on a Saturday night got in the ring and punched with another man or punched and kicked with another man. No, you don't. Not one. You're lying. Not one that you went to high school with. Not one that you went to junior high with. Not one person in your family. Not one person in your neighborhood. Not one kid from the school bus. You have never met a boxer. You met a guy that told you he boxes. That's very different. That's very, very different. I know a guy, he trains boxing. No. That doesn't make you a boxer. Boxer means you got in the ring on a Saturday night and you actually did it. You don't know a single person. I'd like for you to think of it in that regard. I really would. If it's a real sport, if it's something that you should actually be worried about, then people would do it. That's not a bad comment by me. Because I do got to tell you, I got to hear this all the time. Who's better in the stand-up? Well, when's the last time a fight got decided in the stand-up? And what difference does it make? With 4-ounce gloves on, it doesn't matter who's got the better feints. It doesn't matter who's got the better combinations. You don't want to have to hit a guy 5 or 6 times like you do in the sport of boxing. You want to be able to hit him one time. And if he can't take a punch correctly, you're only going to need to hit him one time. But it's going to look sloppy. It's going to look like two bums fighting because the things that work in MMA are completely illegal in the sweet science. And that's just the truth. So, who's better? But it's a really interesting argument. It's really interesting because the other side of the coin is also true for the ground. Who's better on the ground? Like, that was a thing in 1993. Oh, don't go to the ground with this guy. It was true in 1997. It was true up until about 2001. It hadn't been true since. Don't go on the ground with this guy. I mean, you'll get some really weird exception, but I would argue for you that since 2001 until present time, there's only been one exception, and his name was Damian Maia. Do you disagree with that? You might throw BJ Penn in there, right? I mean, you might have a couple of exceptions to the rule, but I doubt it. He's got a really good guard. Like, what's that mean? He's good at laying on his back with his legs spread? What's he going to do from there? Or he's going to get your arm and he's going to stretch your arm. I just share for you, it's just a weird concept. You could put a black belt in there with a purple belt. There's never going to be a submission. If a guy has a purple belt and strikes, you're not going to submit him. Unless your name is Damian Maia or BJ Penn. And I mean, that's quite a literal statement by me. There's nobody on the roster anywhere right now. Oh, if they go to the guard, better watch yourself. Nobody. So, it's the in-between. It's the same as it's been since 93 until now. It's the guy that decides, are we on our feet or are we on the ground? That is your champion. That is your winner of every fight, every time. He's better in the stand-up. What a dork. What's that even mean?